So Undercover Buzz just became probably the best farming hero in the game following the V40.0 update. But before I continue on, if you want to support me, please use my supporter creator code Stockings, and also join my Discord server if you wanna, just join and talk with people there. And leave a like, comment, and subscribe. So yeah, without all that pushed away, I'll just hop right into the video. So the reason why Buzz is, I guess the buzz right now, right, is because of some buff that the supply drop got in the recent update for Save the World. So pretty much all of the gadgets got a cooldown reduction, right? Except for Adrenaline Rush and the Hover Turret, which, I mean, fair enough, they're like the most like versatilely used or most spammed, I guess, right? So they didn't really need any buffs, to be honest. So that's good they didn't really give them any buffs, but everything else got a pretty significant cooldown reduction. The teleporter got cut in half. The banner went from 5 minutes down to 3 minutes. The airstrike went from, I don't know, but I know it's lower. The proximity mine went from a minute to 45. Slow heal went from 3 minutes to 2 minutes. And of course, the supply drop. Now, the supply drop went from 5.5 minutes all the way down to 3 minutes. That is such an insane cooldown reduction. That's literally almost half that they shaved off of the cooldown. And not only did they do that, but they also buffed the actual effect of the gadget, which is incredible, right? So now we get a bunch of extra building materials, and then more crafting materials as well, more traps, more ammo as well. I'm pretty sure this was half before, like the amount of stuff that we got. I think they literally, not only did they double the amount of stuff that you get from the supply drop, but they also almost cut the cooldown in half. So they like giga buffed this gadget. It's insane. Um, so yeah, and what we're gonna be mainly focusing on is the wood item, the stone item, the metal item, the crafting item, and the traps. Right? The traps are also really important because that's what traps in Save the World have a 1-to-1 conversion ratio with recycling, right? Unlike weapons that actually, they don't give you back all the materials that you used to craft them. They only give you back like a fraction of what you actually used. Well, traps give you everything back whenever you find them out in the wild and stuff. So that's excellent for farming. And Undercover Buzz with her commander perk, Gadgeteer, right? In the support she decreases it by 20%, and the commander she decreases gadgets by 50%. So supply drop went from being 5.5 minutes down to 3 minutes, just flat, right? And then with Buzz in the lead, she makes it so that it's now a minute and a half, which is fantastic. Like that's just crazy, just getting all this loot for free every minute and a half while you're also farming. So yeah, of course we have a standard farming loadout here in for the supports. Blast from the Past to activate Iza and Southie. Southie gives energy per second while we have no shield. Iza gives us armor to help survive when we have no shield. And Blast from the Past, gets rid of our shields. Clip, of course, staple, right? Just giving us a 30% chance to get extra stuff from anything that we punch with our anti-material charge. Archaeologist also makes so that our anti-material charge costs a bit less energy, which is always useful. And last but not least, we got Eternal Wanderer. She's such an awesome hero for just convenience purposes, especially in a farming loadout like this, where the only thing we really care about is getting around the map and getting around the map fast. And Eternal Wanderer helps fill in that gap, especially when we want to really be saving our energy with Southie in the support. So we don't really want to be using phase shift too much. And my ability was glitching there for a minute. But yeah, so we don't really want to use phase shift too often because we really because we kind of just want to save the energy for our punch to farm stuff with. And then gadgets, supply drop obviously, and then the turret. I like the turret because personally, when I like farming, I also like doing encampments, right? Encampments, or maybe like a storm chest if I see one, right? So it helps having the hover turret there with us. And with Buzz does lower the cooldown of the turret too. So not only are you getting cooldown reduction on the supply drop, but you're also getting cooldown reduction on the turret, which means that it just makes it easier to farm for anything really, like for encampments or shadow orbs or whatever. So anyways, I will be doing a test of Buzz in the lead versus Southie in the lead, but however, I will be talking more about Buzz while I am farming, and I am going to go into the city, right? And what I'm going to do, I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes on my phone right now. Let me set it up. Right, and when I load into the mission, I'm going to do a flat 10-minute test with Buzz and Southie in the commander slot and see what happens. So yeah, once again, we're on no field. We're going to the city, and I'm gonna be looking for mechanical parts for sure. So let's see how many mechanical parts I have right now. 599. Okay, so I'm gonna write that down as well, so I don't forget, and I don't have to like pause my recording or something like that. So yeah, 599. Cool. And yeah, I will see you guys when we load in. All right, we're in. I start my timer, and yeah, we're just gonna be punching stuff for the whole mission. So also one thing I like doing when I get into a zone as an Outlander, it's just like uh, hitting stuff with the pickaxe so that I can activate the in the zone passive. The in the zone gives us just some extra movement speed and also gives us some extra pickaxe damage. Because when I'm farming, I also just like hitting stuff with my pickaxe when I'm out of energy, right? It's especially useful when I'm like playing with clip or something like that. I'm more of a Southie enjoyer anyways, but hopefully maybe Buzz can help change my opinion, and maybe Buzz will just be the best hero in the commander slot for farming nowadays, thanks to the supply drop buff. Yeah, so actually one thing I wanted to talk about Buzz is the fact that okay, well first I should be talking about how my supply drop is still not like fully up, right? Well, that's mainly because for some reason whenever you queue into a mission, right, uh, the supply drop seems to start from the cooldown like that it originally has, and then it just keeps trickling down, right? It's the only gadget that works like that. I'm not sure why, maybe for like balance, quote unquote, purposes, but I really don't see a reason as to how that would be terrible or how that would break the game, really. But yeah, so we have to wait the full 3 minutes before we can actually use supply drop, unfortunately. But once the cooldown does go all the way down, and then we activate our first supply drop, then we will start seeing that it's only a minute and a half to call in the next one, which is really nice. So yeah, that's awesome. And then another thing about Buzz that I want to say is that supply drop. Well, not really about Buzz, more so about the supply drop gadget as a whole, and that is that you can actually share supply drop with uh, people. So you can literally farm with your friends if you wanted to. All of you guys can queue into like a high power level zone, right? Because the supply drop also scales with power level, right? So all of you can queue as 4, go into a high power level zone for a material they want to farm for, whether it's like mineral powder or uh, planks or not planks or like twine or mechanical parts like how I'm doing, right? And just have fun like that, and then whenever you guys have supply drop up, then you all just congregate with each other, and then you just share the materials. This is also really good for ventures, by the way. Ventures, I've been playing ventures because I've been lacking on my venture level this season. I only have like a week and a half left to do it to get to level 50. But yeah, anyways, supply drop is on cooldown, so now we're gonna call it. And we're gonna get all these awesome goodies. Like, look at that. Like, 10 Oxy? Like, what the hell, bro? 50 nuts and bolts, 20 planks? I didn't even see how much other stuff that I got. We also got a bunch of traps there as well. That's so much stuff for free. And it's like, I'm looking for mechanical parts right now, right? But because of supply drop giving us pretty much a crate full of everything, it's like, yeah, sure, I'm looking for mechanical parts right now, but I'm also getting a bunch of twine, a bunch of mineral powder to make these high level traps. And of course the traps that also get called down in the supply drop can also have other materials like nuts and bolts or rough ore or batteries or quartz, right? Quartz is a super important crafting material for 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 making traps like the freeze trap and stuff, or I don't know, wall lights if you like them, or tar pits especially. Yeah, tar pits are also a really good trap to use quartz. Alright, so there's not really many cars here, so I'm gonna try and find a good spot. Oh, there's a car right here. Punch this. They also the vending machines also give mechanical parts as well if you see them, so make sure to break those. These little power generators also give mechanical parts. Same with the mailboxes. But look at that! Like, I literally just called it and it's already back up. Let's look at the cooldown. So look at the cooldown. I'm gonna call it right now again. Another supply drop right here. Freaking fantastic. We got a bunch of twine there and some good traps that we can recycle. I think I saw a gas trap there. Gas traps are also really nice because gas traps give bacon. and herbs, which are used to make other really good traps as well, or even just convert them into your own gas trap. I basically because of gas traps, or not gas traps, but just traps in general. Because of traps in general, just having like that 1-to-1 conversion ratio. Because I got a gas trap there, that is essentially another free gas trap that I can craft on my own, but that has my actual perks on it, like the standard crit rate, crit damage, damage reload speed, and whatnot, and effect duration. So yeah, that's just some that's just awesome to say the least. Like it's just awesome. I don't know what else to say other than call it awesome. Our supply drop is already on a almost 35-second cooldown at this moment. And yeah, we just keep trucking along, just punching cars as we see them. These little power things also give mechanical parts as well, so they're nice. Oh, that's a survivor. Well, I don't really care about that guy right now, so unfortunately I'm just gonna, I gotta... It is what it is, So, yeah, anyways, our supply drop is on a 7-second cooldown right now. I also like to wait a little bit for my energy to fully recharge before I go too crazy. So yeah, something like that. Another punch, call to supply drops, or whacking this with the pickaxe, collect the stuff. A bunch more stuff that we're just getting for just completely free, no effort required, which is awesome. Punch those things, nice. Hit this. The parking meters can also give mechanical parts too, and they also give a lot of nuts and bolts, which is really useful. So yeah, we're gonna punch this. Punches. Also, in these, I know I'm looking for cars right now, but there's places in the city that also give a lot of good mechanical parts, such as like kitchens, right? The kitchens in cities tend to give a good bit of mechanical parts because like the little counters. And oh, dude, we got 7 mechanical parts from 2 cars. That's awesome. Yeah, but like yeah, the little kitchens, right? The countertops and yeah, right there, and the fridges, yep, and little AC units. They also give mechanical parts, which is nice. So I think I'm just gonna be scavenging these, but also there's also this like arcade slash laundromat area that gives a bunch of mechanical parts because all of the arcade machines slash uh, washing machines also give mechanical parts, which is really useful. And I don't know if I can find one in this zone right now, but I know it exists and I farmed them before. But we have our supply drop coming down like right now, so let me activate this. Right, and I mean honestly, I don't think I even got that good of a spawn for the city, and I'm checking my timer. I have 2.5 minutes left, so okay, maybe there's some cars in here in this little garage. Okay, there are. I feel like I'm being sort of inefficient right now with my farming, so I apologize for that. But I'm still expecting to get some really good results. Maybe there's some stuff over here. Okay, yeah, there are some cars over here. Alright, so we're just gonna face over here. Hit this, and hit that. Perfect. Maybe over here there's some stuff that I haven't gotten yet as well. Maybe I can also find that arcade area. If not, then it's okay. But yeah, there is a bus here that I missed out on. So get a color like that. Did I already search this house? Unsure, but there is a printer. Printer can give mechanical parts as well. Vending machine right there. Is there a kitchen here that I didn't go through yet? Okay, well, I sort of already did, but still got something out of it. Maybe down here in this basement there might be some stuff. Nope. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I am being super inefficient right now. However, we have supply drop coming down soon. Punch my way through here. Damn, nothing in here, man. That's really sad, actually. But yeah, we're just gonna put another supply drop right here. Collects a bunch of stuff over here. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep going through. Maybe there's some cars in here. Okay, I already searched everything, I guess. I already ran through the whole freaking city. Okay, well, we still got 40 seconds left. Okay, there's a kitchen here. We can get some stuff here. There's our car over here. Nice. Punch that. Maybe in this Building, there might be something. Oh, washing machine's perfect. Okay, well that's not like the washing machine arcade area that I was talking about, but washing machines are really useful for getting mechanical parts. Oh, okay, nice. This is a gym. I think these get mechanical parts. I could be mistaken. They do. Okay, cool. So with 10 seconds left on my timer, it might go off in just a bit. So if you hear an alarm, that's not you, that's me. And one more punch. One less punch. Perfect. Okay, cool. So, yeah. So, time is over. I'm gonna leave the mission, and I will be back when. Yeah, I'll be back to discuss the loot that we got. All right. So we're back in home base. Oh, let me also put my Baron back there. I was doing a 160 before this. Where's my vacuum tube bow? There we go. Okay, but anyways. So yeah. So these are all the traps that we got. All these traps have like 1s or 2s on them. These are all traps that, excuse me, that we got from the supply drop. So yeah, let's just recycle all these, and like, look how many stuff we get for free. Like we were looking for mechanical parts, right? But not only are we getting mechanical parts, but we're getting all these other goodies for free as well. Bacon, batteries, twine, herbs, nuts and bolts, mineral powder, quartz. Like, these are all materials that, even though we weren't looking for them, we still got them passively, right? So that's just freaking incredible. Also, yeah, we also didn't do a single encampment or do a single storm chest or do anything like that. You know, it was just 10 minutes of pure just punching stuff and calling it supply drops. So, yeah, let's just confirm that, right? And how many mechanic quartz do we got? We got 747. So if I do my calculation, 747 minus what we had, 599. Yeah, 599 right here. 148 mechanical parts. That's pretty good. I already noticed an uptick in the mechanical parts that I would normally get. Because normally when I would be farming with like Southie or Clip for every city zone before this update, I would only get like around like 105, 110. 110 probably around that range, right? Especially, or maybe like 120 if it was like a good city spawn, you know what I mean? Right? So the fact that we got almost 150 mechanical parts from just one run, with Buzz in the lead for 10 minutes is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that's really good. And not only did we get all those mechanical parts, but like I said, of course, we also got a bunch of mineral powder, a bunch of quartz, right, and a bunch of other goodies that we can use to make other stuff. So yeah, so now we're gonna change up the loadout, right? We're gonna put Southie in the lead and see what's up. So like that, and yeah. So unfortunately, we do need Buzz and another Dino Hero, so unfortunately Eternal Wonder is going to have to be taken out so that we can actually put Buzz in the support, right, because she's not a Dino Hero, so we need a different hero. Did I just miss her? Where is she here? Okay. I'm also recording, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, so what I like doing, I like putting Parasaur Jess as the secondary Dino Hero because she heals us whenever we use our abilities. So like whenever we use Phase Shift, essentially, we get healing, right? And in Southie's case, because he just has so much energy regeneration, I actually think it's totally fine to be spamming Phase Shift with Southie because his energy comes back so fast. So, yeah. And for consistency's sake, I'm gonna try and not to do any encampments either, or even open up any chests because I didn't do that for the Buzz test. So, I'll try and be consistent with that as well. So yeah, let's just go into the same zone over here. Let me double check my loadout to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, yeah, we didn't miss anything. And yeah, let us. I'm gonna set the timer again. Let me write down how many I have. So I have 747 mechanical parts. 747, and setting my timer right now. And cool. Okay, so I will talk to you guys when I get into the mission. All right, so I'm in. Started the timer. And yeah, we're just gonna do some classic Southie farming where we just give zero damns about anything and just start punching stuff using Phase Shift along the way. So personally, I like Southie, right? Southie has always been my preferred hero to farm with, as opposed to like Clip, just because I like the feeling of just punching faster, right? Just having more stuff to punch, or having more energy, so therefore it means more punches, right? It just feels good. Even though they're pretty much the same, right? I think people have figured that one out. Right, but it's just the vibes, you know what I mean? It's just the vibes that I like with Southie more. So yeah, we're just gonna keep trucking through these guys. Some other stuff here as well. We got a bunch of parts there, and yeah, just like Buzz, right? We're gonna have to wait out the whole 3.5-minute cooldown for the supply drop before we actually start being able to use the supply drop. And okay, there are a bunch of encampments here. Now, okay, now this encampment actually is a metal encampment, right? So if I didn't want to be consistent, then I would totally do that encampment right there, right? And be like, oh yeah, look how better Southie is than Buzz because I got like 10 more mechanical parts from an encampment, right? But for consistency's sake, like I said, I'm not going to do any encampment. I'm not going to open up any chests. I'm not going to do any storm chests or whatever. So yeah, I think that's the most fair for both of them. So yeah, admittedly, I think I am seeing a lot more, I guess, items, right, or structures to punch that give mechanical parts. Yeah, same with glowing animals. I'm not going to shoot any glowing animal right now. If you see them, do it. I'm just not shooting it for the purpose of the test. You know what I mean? So please feel free to shoot glowing animals. I absolutely shoot them while you are doing your own farming runs. I'm just doing it because I want to be as consistent as possible and fair for the purpose of the video. So, yep. Now, the one thing about encampments... Oh, see, no, this is a good encampment, actually. I would totally do that if I had, like, maybe some spare time. Because the quartz encampments are really good because they can give, you know, quartz, obviously. But they also give sunbeam whenever you complete them. So, you know, sunbeam, unfortunately, is one of the things that the supply drop can't call down for you. So you are going to have to get sunbeam through your own means, whether it's mining or encampments or storm chests or recycling stuff, whatever, you know. Like how we've been getting sunbeam since the beginning of the game. So yeah. But anyways, the supply drop is about to come off cooldown, so I think I can clear out this garage before I can call it out. And yep, so I'm gonna spam my key for it and call it down. Beautiful. A bunch of goodies once more. A bunch of twine, planks, traps, just all around great stuff. Like I said, just keep trucking along. And yeah, I guess I'll use this time to say, well, oh, I'm lagging a little bit. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'll use this time to say that if you're new to my channel, then, you know, hi, welcome. I've been actually making content on this game for quite a bit already, but I took a pretty big hiatus because of college and stuff, and I'm almost at my associates, thankfully, and I'm excited to continue my education once I get my associates and stuff. So yeah, that's what's been going on in my life, and I'm glad to be back. This is probably the best time to get back into the game. Admittedly, there's so much stuff that seems promising for us in the future, which I am happy that this game that I love so much is getting lots of attention and lots of love, I guess, finally, after a long time of being not really tended for, felt like. But anyways, yeah, but just check out my other videos. Check out my other videos. I have a bunch of other videos on the game. Admittedly, a couple of them might need some 2026 updates, but I'm not sure if I should just rename the video to like 2026 approved or just make a whole new video entirely, because I actually do have an idea for a video. I want to make like trap templates, I guess, for like Atlas defenses or data defenses or van defenses, right? So yeah, if you're even listening to me talk at this point, and if you would like to see that, please let me know, because I actually would like to do that and just go through like different defense templates, like not really like tunnels, but actual like base defenses around an Atlas, because I mean I love tunnels. There's a video on my channel that I talk all about tunnels, and it's probably the video I'm most proud of on this channel, talking about it right now. So yeah, check that one out if you haven't. Anyways, the supply drop is about to come down right now, so I'm gonna spam my function key and get it. Here we go. Bunch of stuff. Broadside sound wall. Those were excellent traps to get from the supply drop, because the sound wall has quartz and mechanical parts, so we're gonna get even more mechanical parts, right? And same with the broadside. The broadside also has mechanical parts, and not only does it take mechanical parts to craft, but it also takes planks and mineral powder to craft as well. So we just got a little surge of mineral powder and planks from that one, which is fantastic. So punch, punch, punch. And more stuff over here. And how much? I got 4 minutes left on my timer. Yeah, this is the thing about Southie, because he has so much energy regeneration. It feels like you actually truck through the place faster than with like any other farming Outlander, because they don't have, you know, the amount of energy regeneration as Southie has. So I think I'm gonna start doing what I was doing before and try and look for kitchens maybe, or maybe look for the arcade machines, washing machines to get some more parts. These get parts, I actually have no idea. These just are just like desks. I think I just kind of just wasted time. I don't know if these give any mechanical parts either, but an ATM or arcade machine that gives batteries as well. Batteries are also super important. Batteries are used to make the ceiling electric field, which is one of the best traps in the game, easily. So yeah, we got a bunch of stuff in here. This all looks abandoned. These vending machines are nice. There's a car over here. There was a car over here. there was a car. That's a little annoying. Maybe in the pub over here there will be some stuff I can break. Yeah, some arcade machines. Nice. Battle breakers. Anything down here? I hear a mimic. Okay, it's right there. But like I said, I'm not going to be doing anything except just punching stuff. We have the supply drop coming up soon as well in 15 seconds. Dude, I really can't find anything in these zones, can I, huh? Maybe in this area, this building over here, maybe some kitchens. Let me put my supply drop down before I go inside, because the supply drop does need like open space to actually be called down, so I can't call it down when I'm already inside of a building. Which, you know, fair enough. Okay, washing machines as well. They can give some stuff. We're just gonna go upstairs. Maybe the neighbors have something that I can take. No, maybe. Am I just an asshole for barging in without knocking first? Probably. Yeah, I can't really find anything. Wow, I am stumped. I actually am stumped. So I'm trying my best to keep searching around the map for anything that I'm missing out on. And it's just dry, guys. Like it's just a drought. It's just there's this feeling in my mouth that it's like I'm so parched. I need more. Alright, we got some stuff here. Perfect. A little generator there. Washing machine. Nice. Come up here. Maybe there's stuff here. Doesn't look like it. Okay, there's an AC unit here. We can punch this. Alright, and I guess this also goes to show that, like, because of the supply drop, right, it's like, there's, like, no reason to worry about actually having to look for building materials. Like, you should always be maxed out on materials anyways, right? So, yeah, whenever you're farming. But yeah, we got 45 more seconds as well. Just scavenging around for as much loot as I can. Fridge, oven. Those always give some good mechanical parts. Oh yeah, kitchen nice with the countertops. Okay, we actually didn't get a single mechanical part from that kitchen, unfortunately, but we get nuts and bolts at least, right? So it's not all terrible. And yeah, so we got 10 seconds, and unfortunately, it does not seem like we're gonna get another round of supply drop, right? So yeah, the timer's about to expire right now, so yeah, we're gonna stop it right now. And yeah, which means that unfortunately we don't get enough time to use our last supply drop there. So yeah, I'll go back to home base and I'll tell you guys about the loot. Alright, back in home base. So yeah, what I tried doing essentially was just trying to mimic a resupply mission. So yeah, I actually have tested out before, and you do always miss out on that last supply drop at the very end there, unfortunately. With Buzz in the support there and Southie in the lead. So yeah, as you can see, we definitely got less traps than what we did with Buzz, which I mean makes sense because Buzz has more cooldown on her supply drop. So yeah, we're gonna recycle this. A bunch of nice stuff as well. Efficient, oxy, a single piece of quartz. Hey, it's better than zero, you know. So recycle that. And how many mechanical parts? 905. So once again, getting my calculator. 905 minus 747. 158. Wow, that is incredible. So Southie actually got 10 more mechanical parts than Buzz did. Interesting. So, huh. I guess this will be like my conclusion section where it's like who should you use in the commander slot and the support slot, right? And I don't know, from this solo test, it seems that Southie is better, right? Which makes sense. He's kind of just like the king of all this stuff of farming. Um, However, I do want to make a note here for in favor of Buzz. Buzz is probably better if you're with a bunch of people, right? Um, in the commander slot, she definitely is probably better um, if you are with a bunch of people, because that means that, like I talked about in her section, you can share the materials with everyone, right? Everyone gets like for every supply drop, everyone gets that supply drop, you know, because of the loot sharing update that Epic did, kind of sort of recently, which is pretty cool, right? So that is one plus of Buzz, is that she is more of a team-oriented like loot gatherer, right? But for solo play, it seems that Southie still remains the king for farming, which I mean I'm all for that. It's just that now we have to include Buzz in our loadouts and also include supply drop, which is, you know, it's more free stuff. Also, one thing I know that I was looking for mechanical parts, but Buzz also does give like a fair share of other stuff that comes with the supply drop, right? So you also got to consider that one. Um, but Southie just seems like he's just better for getting what you specifically want, whereas Buzz gets you a lot of what you want, as you can tell. Still, right? You know, 148 is nothing to scoff at for one 10-minute run for sure. But you know, it it seems like for solo play, Southie will still be my go-to lead, whereas Buzz will be in the support. But for like ventures, probably for ventures or for team play, Buzz is probably who you want to be in the commander slot for. So that's my conclusion, right? Both of them are fantastic farming heroes, right? Just pick and choose which one you like at the end of the day, really. With, you know, some of my advice, I guess. But yeah, that's gonna be it. I don't want to drag on this video for too long. So if you like what you saw, then please use my creator code Stockings. Join my Discord server. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.